What's up, everybody? This is episode 51 of the fAnaticZ podcast. I'm Damien.
And what I do, Scataboo, it's Dylan.
It is Frank with a glorious new backdrop.
Yes,
Yeah, with
Glory.
that Carson Palmer jersey, eh?
Hey,
I
Let's
didn't even know you
go.
had that.
one of the
Yeah,
last
at first I thought it was a Buda Baker until you mentioned Carson Palmer. I was like, and then I looked, I was like, oh shit, that is Carson Palmer.
one of the last really great teams we've had.
The original CP3 in Arizona.
Yeah,
I used to call him CP3 when he was on our team.
I love that.
Everybody used to hate it. But I'm like, it's fucking CP3, baby. The real CP3. But speaking of CP3, let's get into the Phoenix Suns. Awesome preseason run that they're on. They look like a young, scrappy, ready to rock and ready to roll team. Round of applause, even if it's just preseason for Jordan Ott.
For sure.
Yes, Jordan Ott. Good job, man.
Like you got guys like Butler, Goodwin going off. Everybody looks good. There's so much more effort. There's so much more energy, and
They look like a team. They look like they like being around each other.
And I credit a lot of that to Dylan Brooks. He's came in here and he's set the tone. Especially with Oso and working with Ryan Dunn and we look like a fine-tuned machine so far. I mean, I know we just played LA and Brooklyn only, but the scrap was there, the energy level phenomenal, and like you mentioned, Dame, it looks like everybody's happy to be with one another again.
Yes, and I wanna expound upon that because our buddy, our best friend, our good pal Kevin Durant chimed in on Twitter and commented on the good vibes. He said, "Yeah, great vibes when the expectations are low. Have a good season, brother." Or no, he said, "Great vibes when there are no expectations."
Woo.
I mean, wow.
I'm always wondering why we're still in his head rent free. He gone, like he's in
I
Houston.
think
He's playing in
he's
Texas. He
looking
got
for.
what he wanted, and he still can't stop talking about us. It's like that toxic ex that can't stop talking about you.
Looking for that Morton sponsorship.
I don't think that I don't think that he got what he wanted. I think that he wanted the Suns to be like, no matter what happens, we're sticking with Kevin Durant because he's that good. And I guess the team just was better without him, and he can't handle that people being proven right about him because excuse me, this antibiotic has fucked me up. But people were saying that like Charles Barkley and all the people were saying that he couldn't be the leader on a team that was, a deep playoff run or a championship team. And I mean, he's proven him right because when he leaves, the vibes instantly go from funeral home to fucking surprise birthday party instantly. You know what I mean? So I I feel bad for the guy. I wish it could have worked out in Phoenix. I have his jersey. I'm a big fan of Kevin Durant, but gotta let it go, buddy. Gotta let it go.
Yeah, I mean, and like you said, Dame, no disrespect to Kevin Durant because he's one of the great hoopers of all time, but just the fact that I feel like the overall energy with him and Beal just kind of, killed the vibe, and just having a fresh start, having both of them having their own fresh start. It's good for everybody, and we kind of have, in my opinion, and I've said this before on TikTok and social, but we kind of have that vibe like 2021 all over again in a sense. Because I mean, Booker's your unquestioned number one. You bring in some veteran presence. You have Dylan Brooks, who's a huge defensive anchor, so he's basically your Jay Crowder, and we've got some guys who can shoot the ball.
I mean, I haven't watched much of preseason. I'm not much of a preseason guy, except when it comes for football. I mean, I just got to the Valley 2-3 days ago, so that's another reason why I haven't followed. However, I mean, I watched highlights for the most part, but you know who really caught my eye this preseason so far from what I've seen on like YouTube with the highlights? Walk.
Oh, he
It's
looks.
like, yeah, you throw it up to. It's like you throw it up to him, and so far they teams haven't been able to stop it so far. Kind of love it. Love what I'm seeing so far. Even on the defensive side too, swatting that thing too.
He had a
100%.
great game last night.
Mm-hmm. He sure did.
Scored a
Yeah,
lot of points, hit a three. blocked DeAndre Ayton, stuffed him, sent
Get
his shit
bounds.
I kind
packing.
of remember saying too when summer league started, you can kind of easily tell that he was going to be a work in progress. He's going to
Yeah,
be definitely be a project. And from last game in summer, or from first game in summer league to last game in preseason, you can definitely see there's been improvements on both sides of the ball with him already. So that's
Oh
good to
yeah,
see from him. So
we know Jordan Ott has worked with big men and has found great success. Look at the Cleveland Cavaliers with Jared Allen and
Evan
Mobley.
Mobley. Yep, very awesome. And we Mall watched Flash at Duke. He's an 18-year-old, and he's already doing work in the NBA, even if it's preseason. Those are, I mean, that's the Lakers starters that he was playing against. So I
Yeah,
think we might have came up on what we needed to come up on. And I'm gonna be real with you. Rashard Fleming also, I think he had like 9 points, but he had a lot of rebounds and he had threes. You know, he was shooting threes. Same with Butler and Goodwin. They both had great 3 point percentages. And I mean, they're not going to do that every single game. But if we have 3 or 4 or 5 players, even I didn't even mention Kobe Brea because he didn't do well. But um, when he gets it going, they all get it going. We have the shooting required. I kind of wish we had Kevin Durant with this team because we have the shooting required to keep the floor spaced. But obviously that didn't work out. I like where we're going with Dunn and Malawak. That's gonna just be a defensive terror down there on the low blocks. I'm excited as hell.
100%. And you're gonna have you're also gonna have guys like you know Nick and freaking Mark Williams to help him out, show him the way, and those guys are gonna get minutes too. And we've got a really solid, lengthy group that I don't know if you guys paid attention, but ESPN did their simulation of the regular season, and we actually ended up finishing ninth, getting going 42-40. So not bad considering a team that just lost pretty much their entire squad from last year.
And you got to also put into account we got a new GM as well, Brian Gregory, and he's doing a fantastic job, man. If you would have told me that we would have lost all of our picks the way we did for getting trading Kevin Durant, and then having to get rid of Kevin Durant for really much of nothing, and then it turns into Malawat, Fleming, and all the guys that we have right now, I'd be like, damn, kind of did that.
I
Yeah,
forget about Fleming being because I mentioned Malawak, been mentioning Malawak, and you mentioned Brea because when you mentioned those three rookies, that's part of the Kevin Durant trade. You kind of need them to kind of hit
Be
their
good.
ceiling. We need
Yep.
that. Yeah, we need them to be good because they were part of that trade that brought them in for that with KD. So
And they're all looking good at
yes,
different
sir.
points.
Mm-hmm.
100%. What's nice is you can have Butler on the floor playing point, and then Booker can slide over and play his natural position. He doesn't have to always be point book.
And I'm kind of
Oh yeah, that's why we got Colin Gillespie too. I mean,
Yeah,
he's supposed to be getting more run this year. So we'll see if he can be the TJ McConnell, and then maybe one of those two guys can back him up, and we don't get much drop off, you know. Or maybe we put one of them in the game, and it's more of he's a scoring point guard, like but Goodwin or Butler could probably score at a higher rate than Colin can. So it just all depends on like Book's not on one night. Now we got 4 or 5 people that can go off.
right. Yeah,
And we still have Grayson who can go off for 36 points.
yeah. We need him to show more consistency behind the three because he's been dropping off a little bit. So and I feel like he was almost gone this offseason. Several times I feel like he's been on the phone calls for trades and all that. So
Yeah, I think the only reason he didn't leave is because things got so weird after the Kevin Durant trade, and nobody really wanted to play ball with us. He would have went to the Warriors that they wanted to trade Jonathan Kuminga. He would have been gone, gone, gone. Him and Royce, but
he
they didn't
got
want
he
to do
got
that.
two sharpshooters off the bench with Brea and Grayson, and then I'm hoping Brea can be our next Cam Johnson. Honestly, no disrespect, but ever since Cam Johnson did, we haven't really had that sharpshooter because of Grayson Allen being inconsistent. So
Yeah,
that
but
we
now we
could
got
have two
Brea,
Evo sharpshooters coming
Grayson,
off the
and
bench to help
Royce.
us out.
Sometimes Royce turns into a random 3 point shooter too.
oh
He
yeah.
can he can get
He's all
hot.
right. Yeah.
He can get hot every once in a while. We don't need him to be. I think him and Grayson we don't really need them to score like that anymore. We just need them to play really, really good defense. If they
Well,
can
the
score,
projected rotation again. We're gonna experiment point book. We wouldn't experiment point book if we got a true proven point guard. So
yeah. I mean, but I think that they do want to do point book regardless. I kind of feel like they're leaning
I don't
towards
like
doing
that. He
point
he
book
tends to turn the
regardless.
ball over more when he's
Yeah,
playing book.
yeah. I think he has more. I think as a player, he might want to play point book because he can maximize the stats and achievements.
What did we
Because
deal with a lot last season under Budenholzer as a team whole?
well,
Turnovers. We
well,
don't need
the
to
thing
keep
about
doing
it,
turnovers.
the thing about it is, if it was just Devin Booker turning the ball over, it would have been fine. But him and Kevin Durant were both turning the ball over like 8 times a game. You can't. Two people can't do it. One person can do it, and we can be fine. We can mitigate that. But if two people are doing it, then it's like, what the hell?
And I feel
Now
like
there's not a second player that needs to have the ball like KD needed the ball.
he tends to make more mistakes too as point book, especially when it comes down the line, when it comes to free throws and
Hey, listen,
must make
if
shots. He makes more
but
mistakes.
But the thing about it is, I think that we'll have a better opportunity for point book because we have Malwatch, we have Jalen Green, who's a high flyer. It's a different type of point guard he has to be. He can just throw it from half court and fucking they can do turbo, triple windmill slams because they're like that now. You know, that's what we had when we had Da. We had just a lob threat. Like DeAndre Ayton wasn't the greatest, but he was a lob threat. And you could just lob it up there and he would be able to easily get points. Now, did he always want to do that? No. But did he do it when it mattered? Hell yeah.
My thing is, we're gonna see a huge difference because last year you saw that Budenholzer only used like 2 or 3 guys, and that was about it. And then when you got into his doghouse, you didn't even see the core at all. So I don't think that vibe is going to happen with Ott. He's going to have more than 4 or 5 guys that are going to see the floor, even through the bench, and he's not going to give up on a guy just because they have a rough game or put him in the doghouse. He's going to, he's going to still ride him. He's still going to have that confidence, and that's how they're going to get better.
Man, listen, I don't think I've ever seen a decision go from so highly approved by the fan base to just being like the worst decision in franchise history. And I'm talking about Coach Mike Budenholzer. What a bad hire. Like it was a good hire on paper because of who he is and what he had done and where he's from and stuff. But the type of person he is, I didn't know he was that type of person.
Yeah, no, that
You
kind of
know?
foundation after the fact.
Yeah. He seems like an asshole. At least Frank Vogel was just spacey kind of like, and I feel bad. Like to this day, I will apologize to Frank Vogel to the cows come home because it was not his fault. He probably did the best job with the worst, with the bad situation that anybody did. So
Well, shoot, he did a lot better than Bud.
that's what I'm saying. He did the best with that bad situation. So you got to give him credit, and you got to give Matt Ishbia a credit for realizing what we were doing wasn't working and kind of going in a completely different direction. So hell yeah, go
Enough,
Suns.
like you said, with the whole, you know, the Bud situation went from a really, great hire to what the hell are we thinking? It's funny because the Gregory hire, as GM went from, oh my gosh, we're falling off a cliff to, wow, this hire is actually pretty good. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, immediately giving Montiel vibes with the draft. So
Yeah, for
hopefully
sure.
he can bring us a lot of draft picks after this year in the future and
I
start
wonder how
growing and
Monty Austin
winning.
Ford
So
feels watching Jonathan Gannon and Pet Sing ruin everything he worked so hard for.
It.
I'm now putting Jonathan Gannon as a part of the problem.
Dude,
are we
I mean,
transitioning cards?
I believe so.
Let's do it.
I gotta put the glasses on because we gotta study new ways to find out how horrible this team has become.
they can't finish. It's like a dude that's trying to score on his first prom night.
I
It's like,
knew that this was gonna be the act. As soon as you said he couldn't finish, I just knew you were gonna get into something weird.
Mm.
I love it. It's right. It's true. We can't finish. We don't want to finish. We don't care.
We were supposed to. So honestly, this team realistically, I mean, I'll count this Colts loss a loss, honestly, but with the exception of the other losses that we had, should be wins. And yeah, that's just the way I see it, honestly. I don't really necessarily see it on. I don't know. It's kind of hard to place who to blame because you have three guys. You have Gannon, you have Petzing, and everyone's gonna love to hear. A lot of people are gonna love to hear this, but Kyler. So it's
How's
kind of really hard
Kyler?
to say like who's to blame here. Because
How
I
can
don't
you
know.
blame Kyler?
Because listen, you have the same guy calling plays, and then I'm not saying he's the true answer, not so ever. But then Jacoby just balls out. And in reality, we were supposed to have our asses blown to us against the Colts because he still got Daniel Jones randomly looking like Josh Allen. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because now you got Jacoby balling out, and you have this whole QB controversy now going again around the valley and Cardinal fans.
See, my thing is, I don't. Everybody's talking about, like you mentioned, the whole quarterback controversy, but the thing is, I feel like it's more of a why is the defense not closing? Why are they collapsing and not playing consistently for 4 quarters? Why are they consistently giving up leads? We were up 22-6 against the Titans. And I know after the freaking,
21.
whatever, but it's just like you still choked. You allowed them to come back. We had the game against the Colts, and the defense couldn't hold for one more drive.
Listen, Frankie, you're not wrong. You're absolutely right. The defense hasn't generated one punt in any game in the fourth quarter since week 1 of the season.
Phew.
Not one punt. They has been giving up
We've
first
only
downs
had
the whole first quarter, dog. Fourth
so
quarter.
from one game. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but I keep having this
But
light up. But from one game that I can think of, that Garrett Williams has been out, and I can only think of having like game one. We've only had those two together on the field, Garrett Williams and Will Johnson.
that's
Because
weird.
once came back, Garrett went on IR. So it's like those two just flopped. So we haven't had those two together on the field, and we also had the addition from what it looks like Walter Nolan, our first round pick, gonna come back. So
He's
we're
back.
we're slowly getting the pieces together, but we're on what week 3 of Garrett on being IR, so he could be eligible after next week coming back.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So
we've
Dylan,
still been hurting badly at corner despite Will Johnson being in and off the field because we haven't been full healthy back there.
but we can't sit here and make excuses about injuries because the offense has been way more injured than the defense. Like, let's be real. We haven't had our offensive lineman. James Conner got taken out. Trey Benson got taken out.
We don't know if Mark.
DeMarcado is suffering mental illness from dropping the football before he crossed the damn field goal. Oh man, he got me suffering from mental illness talking about cross the field goal. You can't cross the field goal. But I say all that to say this. It's like we are a good team. I believe in my heart of hearts that we're a good team, and we are showing it on the field by being in every game to the very end. And I laugh at the people saying that Jacoby balled out. And it's not because Jacoby didn't play well. He played great. He did a lot of things that I don't think Kyler Murray can do. And then there were some situations where Kyler Murray would have done a better job because he can do things that Brissett couldn't do. But what I will say is the players balled out. Marvin Harrison decided to catch the ball. The players decided to play hard and block because guess why? For the last 5 weeks, they've been getting ridiculed. Drew Petzing has been getting ridiculed. So you don't think he's going to call his best game? You don't think those guys are going to go out there and try to get right after getting embarrassed by the worst team in the NFL? Of course they're going to play a
So where's
great
that
game.
every week though? You feel me?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, for that game in particular, I'm not going to give Jacoby some golden star like he went above and beyond when all the players have been making mistakes when Kyler was in there. But all of a sudden, now everything's on the line because our season is on the line every game now.
Jacoby actually moved the ball down the field though consistently.
But Jacoby doesn't move the
We've seen
ball
the
down the
struggle when
field by
Kyler's down the
himself.
field. We've seen the struggle to move the ball down the field unless Kyler uses his legs.
Well, because people were dropping the ball, bro. There was
You ain't
so
wrong
many
on
drives.
that.
So many people. There were
It's either
so
that or
many
turnovers.
times that drives would have continued and we would have scored points if the offensive line didn't make penalties or if the guys didn't drop the balls. And that's why I'm saying it's not about Jacoby balling out. It's about the rest of the team playing like an actual football team instead of doing the Three Stooges shit that they did against the Titans. You know what I mean? It's a
Forgot one
difference.
point. It's the awful play calling too when they want to do runs or screens on like second and long and shit and creating third and long. Or you want
Listen,
to do run. So it's the play calling too. So it also comes down to Drew when he's not
100%.
calling the game for his life.
What the thing, he was calling the game for his life, and he knows Jacoby Brissett on a personal level. They're actual friends in real life. So I believe he trusts Jacoby Brissett more than he trusts Kyler Murray. So instead of when the situation's like, ooh, I don't know if we should pass or, you know, run here, he has more confidence when it's Jacoby to throw that pass. Whatever the reason may be. But if that's the case, then he needs to get fired. Because Jacoby's not the starting quarterback, and
And then
Jacoby
Kyler
wasn't
goes to
drafted to be a
coordinator number
backup.
3. And Kyler goes
Yeah,
to coordinator number 3. Like, oh,
well, that's okay with me as long as it becomes the right coordinator. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Baker had to go through a million coordinators to find a system where he could thrive and they could trust him to be the guy and let him play his best football. Your coaches got to believe in you 100%. And if they don't, they need to remove you or they need to be removed. They have the opportunity to get rid of Kyler. They do. So they need to make a decision.
Unless we absolutely tank, I don't think Kyler is going to be gone because he's still under contract, and if nothing else, he's going to be here a whole nother year after this.
Yeah, I think this is the second to last year, regardless of anything, unless we make the playoffs this year.
Right? Yeah. If he
Like
go for 2 in his last, we're definitely making a change, but obviously it's not going to be for at least the next foreseeable future.
Bidwell is not gonna. He paid a lot of money, so he's gonna try to squeeze every drop out of the Kyler Murray train. There's enough people that are still invested in Murray for him to continue as the quarterback. You know what I mean? In order for it to be financially lucrative for Michael Bidwell, which is all he gives a fuck about.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Those freaking Casasitas that.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Don't get me started on the casitas, dude. But I have hope, man. The team is woken up. They're responding to all the backlash. We haven't lost. We haven't been blown out at all. So that's why, like, when people say, "Oh, the coach should have blown us out," why? Nobody's been able to blow us out, and then I don't see that happening. So our
What's
defense is good, but they're not that good. But
what's
our offense
the
is
fact?
also in the same position.
Like what? Our four losses in a row, we lost by a combined 7 points.
sheesh.
It's just ridiculous. And in a lot of those games, it wasn't about what the other team did. It all came down to a moment where the Cardinals made a mistake.
Yeah, it's
You
where
know,
we.
like Chad Ryland, Marvin Harrison, Amari DiMercado, Kyler Murray. Just one. If any of those things don't happen, the pick or the drop the ball, we win all those games. Or if Chad Ryland just kicks it out of the landing zone, we don't know if we win that game. That game goes into overtime, and we have great momentum. We probably win that game. You know what I mean? So it's just little baby moments, but it's like when the Kansas City Chiefs, they won like 7 one-score games straight, and they ended up going to the Super Bowl. If you lose, 4 or 5 one-score games, it doesn't matter how good you played, you're probably still not going to make the playoffs, even if Jacoby balls out. So, I'm fed up with these dudes, man.
I was gonna say after the.
We're on to Green Bay, and Kyler's still questionable.
He'll play. Him and Marvin practice today.
And here's the thing. Green Bay is one of those teams where it's just like to start the year, you're like, okay. And when we did the power rankings, I had them on
Oh
my
shit.
list because at the time I thought they were the best team in football. But I'm not even sure anymore. I believe honestly, if we actually give Tyler the same, gratuity that everybody played well and gave that, Brissett, I think we can beat the Packers, especially if this is the home game.
We have to.
He's
We
running
have
for
to
his
beat
life
them.
for Micah Parsons, though.
Yeah.
See, but the thing is, like, Micah Parsons can only do so much, and it's just like
Our old line shit, though.
Green
Oh,
So
Bay.
he's going to get through, and he's going to be running for his life.
hey, maybe hopefully it's the good running for his life where he's juking people and scoring touchdowns, and not the bad running for his life where, yeah, you know how that goes. We got two variations
And
of
then
Kyler
Jordan
running
Love,
for his
there's no in
life.
between.
Yeah,
Jordan Love, there's no in between. You get a shit Jordan Love, or you get a 3 tutty and 250+ yard Jordan Love. So
that's very true. Let's just hope that he comes in the shit Jordan Love costume this time because yeah, there's nothing they can do to win when he's bad. When he's
And
bad, he's so bad.
we still
But when
haven't.
he's good, he's just as good as he is bad when he's bad. That's the Jordan Love thing
the new era, Brett Favre and A-Rod. And
for
then
sure.
yeah,
It's a
goes ice
That
cold.
Green Bay jersey makes you like that.
Yep.
Done.
Yes,
So
gunslingers.
But no, I feel like, man, what do you guys feel about Jonathan Gannon's mannerisms at the press conference lately, and then that wild Michael Vick take?
What wild Michael Vick take? I didn't hear that.
So at one of the, when they were asking him how he how he prepares or goes through shit like they've dealt with this year, and then he's like, or like how he draws the emotions, he's like, back in 07 when our quarterback got arrested, and I'm just like, holy.
He was on the Atlanta squad.
He was talking about Michael Vick, and I'm pretty sure he was either, he had to be one of the, if not coordinators, like one of the analysts, because he straight up mentioned, back in 07 when our quarterback got arrested, just about as stone faced if you could,
That's all he said though. How'd you infer that it was Michael Vick?
That's what everybody was saying after the.
Oh, okay. Because he didn't say Michael Vick himself. He just said back in 07 when our quarterback got arrested. And
Yeah,
I was like, what is he talking about? Like, was he the
but
backup for someone that got arrested? When I heard that, I literally didn't know what he was talking about. And I didn't read the comments. So that's interesting that he was talking about Vick.
yeah, it's just the whole thing was just wild and threw me for a loop. But yeah, so I don't know if he's just kind of emotionally over everything right now, or he's just kind of still locked in.
Well, he's going to be fired if he doesn't figure it out. So he's got to wake up, Jonathan Gannon. Stop thinking about your quarterback in 07. Start thinking about your quarterback in 2025 and how you can help him win more football games because that's what we need to do. Like that's all that is. We just need to go out there and we need to score more points than the other team and let time expire with that being the situation.
Yeah, our
And
luck.
they can't do it. They can't freaking do it, man.
But like I said, this game against Green Bay, I think we, you know, it's one of the games we should win, in my opinion. But whether we can play 4 consistent quarters of football, that's where we don't know.
and can we turn the ball? Can we turn around and catch the ball this time?
Yeah. Let's do what
Because
we did
last
for
time we played
Jacoby
Green
for
Bay at
Kyler.
State Farm, bro, we can't do that.
Not go 3-0.
AJ Green.
Oh my God. Don't remind me. I love AJ Green, but that was such a horrible game,
We always
man.
seem to have wild ass games at State Farm when Green Bay comes to town.
That's true. It's always a fun game. That's
Yep.
something to look forward to, I guess.
But yeah, no. So given the history, Murray's gonna go for 350. Harrison's gonna have 150.
That needs to happen at least once or twice. Like Kyler has to have one of those games where he just goes buck wild. He hasn't had one yet, and he always has one. So he'll
Well,
have.
I look at it this way: if Green Bay's defense can allow Dallas Cowboys to get 40, I think we can at least put up 24 plus.
I think if we beat the Green Bay Packers and Kyler's the quarterback and he does a good game, it'll stave off the whole situation for a little while. But if he goes out there and plays poorly, oh boy, oh boy.
But it's just like we've seen, the injuries for San Francisco keep piling up. So
It
they're
doesn't
almost
matter.
they're almost off the edge of the cliff, and
They're
we got
getting George Kittle back.
doesn't matter if they don't have a healthy quarterback to give them the ball.
I don't know, man. It seems like it doesn't matter who they play at quarterback in San Francisco. They still all throw for 350 yards and 2 touchdowns and 7 receptions for Christian McCaffrey. Like it's a recipe down there. They are winning by coaching out there. The players are not the people that matter. They got who they have catching the ball. I don't even know these people that they have catching the ball in San Francisco right now. They're just random folk.
And then, of course, having Solly back as their D coordinator, that helps a lot too.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. Honestly, I was 100% convinced that they'd be worse than last year when they won 6 games, just because of all the injuries and just they don't have anything really to work with, and they're still winning. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they're already there.
But I think this year has disproven the myth that people think that Kyler Murray can just, or any quarterback can just be on the team and the team be bad and they still win. That doesn't work. I hate when people say that. Oh, the quarterback can just make everyone better. Yeah, if they're already good. Like, look at Joe Burrow. He did it 1 year, and it was like lightning in a bottle. And everybody keeps clinging to that, but his team sucks, and they have a sucky record. You know, even with him, with or without him, they wasn't winning games because they don't have a defense. They just don't. They just can't stop anybody. Look at the Ravens. They had Lamar most of the season, and they're ass cheeks because guess what? Their defense cannot stop people from scoring.
Yeah, it's wild to think that. I mean, maybe it's a little bit of a reach right now, but could Harbaugh be looking for work if the Ravens completely tank?
Absolutely.
I don't know if Harbaugh could ever get fired. I think they just come to a mutual agreement to like part ways and he retires. I don't think he ever goes and coaches a different football team than the Baltimore Ravens for John Harbaugh, though.
You think he's a Baltimore Raven and out?
I think he's a Baltimore Raven and up. So like even if they fire him from being a coach, he'll do something else inside the Ravens organization. Like he's like Ozzie Newsome to them, you know, like he's not probably not Ozzie level, but you know, he's approaching Ozzie level in that organization. And
on that ambassador level.
Yeah, he's always going to be attached to that franchise unless he does shockingly take another job, which I just couldn't see. But I think Jim is more of the travel around maverick guy, and John is more of the like stay in one place guy. But yeah, he could get fired. I mean, they need a new voice in there. I mean, I love John Harbaugh. The Ravens are my second favorite squad. I watch them intensely, and yeah, I mean, it's just the NFL is changing. Like, I think old coaches need to get with the program or be coordinators. I hate to say that. That sounds so ageist, but like, look at Pete Carroll. He's awful. Just dog shit awful because the NFL is different now, you know? Sorry, Pete. I bet too much money on the Raiders this year, and you just ain't producing, dog. Just ain't producing.
There's a lot of things that ain't producing, dudes. I'm 0-6.
Jesus Christ. So bad, dude.
That's awful.
But
I hate to laugh, but
1-5,
dude,
so
oh
I'm not
God,
too
how are
far
you
behind
0-6, bro?
But, dude, I've gotten like the worst luck with my teams. But I did make a trade. I traded my boy T-Mac
For a lot of stuff.
For Rico Dowdle.
And what else? That wasn't the only person you got.
Was it?
No, I saw more names.
I did not know it was your home fantasy team, my guy.
Dude,
I think this guy's selling. He's just selling, bro. He don't even give a fuck.
Right, he doesn't care. He's like, who cares who's all in the deal? Or did you? You got 3 people, didn't you?
Worse than Jerry Jones.
Who'd you get in return other than Rico Dowdle?
I mean, apparently I don't remember, which is really fucking bad.
Oh, so maybe it was just Rico Dowdle then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was just straight up.
I thought I saw 3 names in exchange. I guess I'm tripping. Whatever. Hey man, Rico Dowdle for Tet, straight up, is more reasonable of a trade than what I saw, which was like another receiver, and I was like, what the fuck? How did this happen? Yeah, whatever though. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I regressed in my fantasy on our league. Kind of fell down. I think I lost like the last 2 or 3 straight.
Hey,
it's bad luck.
Hey, I'm in the driver's seat to end up with my own toilet trophy. So
funny. The toilet trophy.
But hey, whatever, if we want to roll back or we want to make it a dynasty league next year, I'm just telling you this right now. Your boy is not starting 0-6.
Okay. What about you, Dylan? How are you doing on the fantasy front?
The moment I get chased, like Buka's got a hamstring injury, so it's like you can't win. So,
So that
and
means you
then
lost.
the moment Jalen Warren and Quinshon Judkins doing solid, they want to start flopping. So it's like I just can't get it right. So
I feel that's why I keep making random moves just to see if I can make something work. But
The NFL is definitely super weird this year.
you can't tell who's gonna be the favorite or not, because it's just like, oh, you'd expect this, but nope. Just like last week, Carolina beating Dallas. Like, we knew Dallas was having a down start, but Carolina was hit or miss. But for Carolina to do that, like, that's a huge win for them.
Man, Atlanta beating the Bills. And people ain't talking about how sucky Josh Allen has been this year, but I get it. I get it. He has protection of making it to the playoffs and getting beat by Patrick Mahomes every year. I get it. Josh
he got
Allen's been
nobody to
dog
throw to
shit.
either. So
I mean, he's got Keon Coleman and Khalil Shakir. They were pretty good last year. Dalton Kincaid, he got injured. So
should have just re-signed Amari Cooper, but
yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. Or Stephon Diggs. They had
that
plenty
too.
of good receivers. James Cook is pretty good though. He's a top 10 running back, and Josh Allen's supposed to be good enough to make the whole team win. So I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know. He's
just the fact that they're not only lost 2 in a row, but the fact that those losses are New England and Atlanta, it's pretty
yeah,
wild.
yeah. It's just weird bad losses that they get absolved from because people have rose-colored glasses when it comes to Josh Allen. And the Ravens are having a terrible season too, and people are acting like it's all totally normal.
Well, shoot, and then you saw last week that the freaking Broncos basically barely beat the Jets in like the worst international toilet bowl I think that's ever been watched.
Yeah, that was weird too, but I expect both of those teams to like not be that great. The Broncos, I like them. They're like my mid-tier team, but I don't put a horrible loss past them. They're not that good.
The Broncos are just to grind it out. They're gonna win those defensive battles, and then
100%.
if you need them to, Nix is gonna make a play, but they're mainly gonna use their running backs.
And I may have been wrong about Justin Fields. He's looking very sucky this year.
Yeah,
Very
well,
bad.
it's ironic because apparently, I don't know if you heard, but he's like, yeah, it's time for me to start airing it out. It's like, bro, you should have done that 3 weeks ago.
Airing it out. Can you do that? Is that a part of your game, brother?
I got
I
Garrett
don't know.
Wilson, so
Yeah, I mean they have the people, but can he do it? Can he do it?
no,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can he throw accurate deep balls? I don't know about that. But all right, shit. I would like to see them win a game. They're winless. They need to
Yeah, I
win.
was gonna say his best bet is just gonna maybe be the Terrell Pryor route and transition to a receiver if he wants to continue almost.
He'd be the greatest tight end ever, dude. He'd be so stacked at tight end. He'd be like Darren Waller, just fucking gigantic, just straight rebounding on fools.
Speed.
But if you're a quarterback, that's to do the Tebow with the hard transition. Quarterbacks want to be quarterbacks, man.
Well, I tell you what,
Good or bad.
if the Jets do want to get that first win, Carolina's coming into town this week, so
Hey, let's not start pick'ems up. Or should we? Should we start pick'ems up?
that'd be game.
we haven't hit our college yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
college. That's right. Those teams exist. That's right. I forgot about
ASU,
college.
ASU, both our teams sucked.
Dude, I had a strange feeling that with Sims, ASU was going to struggle on the road, but I honestly did not expect them to get spanked 42-10. That was unforeseen.
Like I told you before the game, I don't like Sims at all. He doesn't know how to throw the football. I don't know why he's a quarterback.
He's a running back who
It's
basically tosses the ball sometimes. I mean, he was 18 of
weird.
38. That is absolutely
He
dreadful.
looks so uncomfortable throwing the ball. It's just like, what are we doing? Why is this guy a quarterback? What the hell? Let someone
Bro,
who
even
knows how to play
Tyson
this.
couldn't get some of those throws, bro. He gotta be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make sense that he's throwing the ball. He throws like I throw, and I'm not a quarterback. Like he's supposed to
It's
throw
wild.
good. He's supposed to, I don't know, at least you can get it 10, 20 yards to someone who's wide open.
But the chance
But
to dethrone 7 Texas Tech though sounds juicy.
Yeah, hell yeah. Is Levitt back though? Is that
he's
He's
probable.
he's leaning in that direction from what it's looking like. So
He's probable,
because
and
if not, we gotta bring somebody else in. Somebody's got to transfer. I don't care if the transfer portal ain't open. We got to get somebody different than Sims. I'm sorry, brother. You're not
I
good.
know he's not. He's really
got,
not.
got any walk-ons behind him.
Yeah, we need somebody because I'm sure the team, if they know he's going out there, it's going to be hard to play a good game because they know they're going to lose.
Yeah, no, they need Levitt back for Texas Tech because
Yeah.
honestly, if back and they can get on a groove with him and Tyson and then pound the ball with the running game, I think that they could upset Texas Tech. But Levitt has to be 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he has to be better than 60 or 70, and then they just got to win. But
And then on
tough
the flip
game.
side, the U of A,
Boo.
the entire
I'm
both of
dead.
both of their losses, they got absolutely blown up through the air on big plays against Iowa State. You limit those, they're in the game, they have a chance to win. Last week, they should have beat BYU. They could not stop the running game at all. BYU's running back had 162 rushing yards. Their quarterback almost ran for another 100. So a lot of those were big cluster plays. So for them they have Houston, they beat Houston handily last year, but as I'm sure you guys have seen, Houston is a completely different team, just like U of A is this year. They both have already reached their total from last year, but
Did I tell you to go BYU money line?
give me the Cats on this one. But again, if we're in a situation where we have a chance to win the ball or win the game in regulation, I really hope Brent Brennan is not silly enough to play for overtime again and kneel on it. That
That broke my heart.
game, they could not overcome that. They should have gone for the win with those kids. I don't understand it, but it's a new
Hold
week.
on. On that loss that they went into overtime, if
It
they
was
had
still,
just gone for it, bro, whether they won or lost, they would have cashed my bet because I had them plus 4.5, and these assholes decided to go lose by a touchdown.
Oh no. Rough Vegas,
oh,
baby.
damn, that's brutal,
But did I
bro.
not tell you to go BYU money line?
You did. I should have listened to you, man. I'm never
I
betting.
did.
I'm
I'm
never
going
betting for
against
the
U of A
Cats
again this
again.
week in my parlay. Keep on doing it
Oop.
against Houston.
So you're taking Houston money line?
Absolutely, I am. In Houston, absolutely.
Yeah, I was gonna say Houston's quarterback is pretty decent. He's an A
And
and
it's
M,
only minus 110. How can he not?
but like I said, if we can stop them through the air and if we can limit the running game and not allow them to run like for 30 yards a carry or like big cluster plays, Arizona's going to win this game 100%. I feel like we have a better offensive group, and defensively, we have a lot of unheralded talent. We just have to capitalize and not shoot ourselves in the foot.
No,
Which is
ASU
pretty
is like
hard for
plus.
any team with Arizona across their jersey.
That's 100%.
ASU was like plus 235. Like it's like how can you not tempt to put that down too? So especially with
Dude,
if Levitt's back, if Levitt's back,
I was going to say, if Levitt is confirmed right before, that line might change.
right?
But
Maybe you
honestly,
risk it before, and maybe he does play, and you come up because you're like, oh, I got it when it was plus 235. Or with Sims plays, just chalk that as money thrown in the toilet because
if,
he's not
Le-
going to win the game.
if Levitt, I give Arizona State a 4-point win.
Yeah, I am banning U of A from my betting in a positive way. I'm only going to bet against them now, and I'm
Okay.
banning
That's what I keep
ASU
doing.
when Sam Levitt isn't in the game.
Yeah.
Banning them.
That's just,
Always
that's
bet against U of A.
Yep. That's my new philosophy. Thanks, Dylan.
Hell
That
yeah,
would
let's go.
that would be like always playing against the Cardinals. We had Skelton in the lineup.
Yeah, just buy him some more when I get back. Yeah. So guys, I think time to get into some pick'ems, right?
Hey, you want that updated standings, my friends?
Yes,
King
please.
over here.
Ain't no
Yes.
damn king. No King's Day.
All right. So for the first time this year, instead of having two of us tied, everybody's on different wavelengths.
Nice.
So here's your updated pick'em standings before we break into
That's
the
true.
week. Dylan is your first place guy right
Let's
now with a record
go.
of
Woo!
Thanks,
54,
Giants.
What's the record? Sorry, we both talked.
and 1.
What's the record again? We both talked.
54, 37, and 1.
Let's go.
And then in second place, we got Damien with 53, 38, and 1.
Stop the steal. Stop the steal. This is fake news.
And then I'm pulling up the back of the bus with a record of 51, 40, and 1.
There's last place and everything, huh?
Oh,
Damn, dude. Don't do Frankie like that. Hey, listen, man. Hey, this is how competition goes. Someone has to win, someone has to lose, and we can let Dylan enjoy his 1 week of
hey,
solitude as the king because that's all it's gonna be, just one single week. Because last
Let's
week I literally was unhinged and I picked the Cardinals to win when I knew they would lose,
I'm
and I
coming
picked
for
other
that
people to
jersey, bro.
win when I knew they would lose. I'm gonna stop doing that.
Yeah, last week I picked the Giants when you guys picked who did they play last week? The Eagles. Let's go Giants.
That's a good call.
And I picked against the Cardinals for the first time and went against my favor. So
Hey,
this is why I'm in first place, y'all. Pick it wisely. So
Hey, he's being
but
realistic, and we're doing what we want to happen.
but hey, who is the OG Jackson Dart's gonna end up in New York guy right here? And then you got the Scataboom. So
what I do?
Yeah, I'm
keep
just
it
jumping on the
straight.
Giants bandwagon late. Woo! Let's go Giants! The ASU connection.
And then tonight we have the AARP Bowl.
Woo! Are we gonna get started with that right now? We're gonna do it.
Joe
Metamucil.
Flacco and Aaron Rodgers.
Joe Flacco and
Wait,
Aaron
if Joe
Rodgers. I guess
Flacco
I
can
start
throw to
since
Jamar
that's the
Chase for
natural.
like 10 plus times again this week for fantasy purposes, that'd be awesome. So
Damn. You
All
think
right,
that's
you want me to go first?
let's do it.
Okay. Well, the first game, as we were saying, is the Geriatric Bowl. Steelers and Bengals. I will go with. Man, why do I keep doing this to my fucking self? I want Joe Flacco to win this game. Wait. Is it in Pittsburgh?
it's in Cincinnati?
Yes, let's go. I don't care if I'm behind Dylan. We're going cool, Joe. Joe Flacco was the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl for a team that I liked. And this is why I am so adamant about Joe Flacco. His quarterback rating in Cleveland was like 55. His quarterback rating in the Bengals is like 90 or
So it's the
plus.
same.
He's got guys. So I'm gonna go with my guy to get it done. What about you, Frankie?
Well, I think the only winner in this game gets a Life Alert membership.
I'm dead.
But I hate to say this, but Aaron Rodgers has looked pretty solid this year for the most part. And Jalen Warren has been an all purpose machine. Give me the Steelers and the AARP special.
Damien and Joe Flacco are full of hopes and dreams, but everyone seems to forget. Aaron Rodgers seems to be the villain and puts a stop to hopes and dreams. And I always seem to back the Steelers defense, maybe biased because I have them on my fantasy on defense, but you got the defense too. So leans. I mean, because of Aaron Rodgers, a hit or miss. If you gonna go with the Steelers, you have to lean the Steelers. So I'm gonna lean Steelers on this one. Bengals defense is trash. So
Okay.
let's go Steelers.
Nice. First Sunday game is going to be in Jacksonville. It's going to be the Rams at the Jags. I chose the Jags last week. I keep picking the Jags, or picking them or picking against them in alternating weeks when they do good and bad. I'm going to stop chasing that, and I'm just going to pick the Rams. It's just they're a better team than the Jaguars are. The Jags are hot. I like the Jags team, but Dylan, what do you think?
I'm gonna go the Rams. I mean, I kind of called it last week how the Jags victory against the Chiefs was kind of fluky. I mean, they just can't. They just never look like wow. Like like they don't even look great at all. Travis Hunter's still not clicking. Trevor's kind of looking to nothing to shit. I don't know. Yeah, give me the Rams.
My thing is with this game, this is where we figure out if the Rams continue to climb or the Jags, prove to everybody that they're legit. But you don't know what Jags team's going to show up. They're going to look okay. They're going to win a grinded out game, or they're going to lose. I don't trust it, and I just like the connection that Adams and Stafford have, even with Nakua out. Give me the Rams, unfortunately, but I just don't trust the Jaguars. They're not consistent.
Okay. The next one is Eagles at Vikings. The Eagles are in such a funk right now, but I still don't. I just don't see the Vikings being good enough. In the Eagles, they're going to be coming off of a loss. This is tough for me. I do want to pick the Vikings. My brain wants me to pick the Vikings, but I'm not going to. I'm going to pick the Eagles, the Eagles. Frankie, what about you?
Yeah, I got to go Eagles just because I can't trust anything that's going right now outside of it. I mean, the Eagles are going through a big pile of what with their tushy, but they are going to rebound this week.
Eagles sweep. Yeah, I don't trust any. No matter who's throwing the ball for Minnesota, I just can't trust it. So
The only
Yeah,
player right Vikings roster that's trustable is Jefferson.
this is a trap game. Patriots go to Tennessee to face the Titans, who just fired their coach. Um, I'm not gonna do the whole long-winded thing. I'm gonna pick the Pats, the Patriots, and keep it on moving. What about you, Dylan?
I'm gonna be bold and Titans win with their debut interim coach. I'm gonna go on that train.
Dang, he's going Heat again. But no, honestly, I love the direction that the Patriots are going. Weird for me to say that, but give me the Patriots and Drake May.
Yeah, Drake May is him. He's a stud. Um, Next game is gonna be in New York. The Panthers and the Jets. Um, the Jets have to win eventually. They have to win eventually. I'm gonna pick this to be the game. It's probably the easiest, like the two suckiest teams or whatever, outside of the Titans. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Jets. I'm not gonna spell it out like Dylan emphatically because they don't deserve that. But Frankie, what do you think?
Honestly, the Panthers have shown that they can hang randomly and beat anybody randomly. They are 3-3. As much as I want Aaron Glenn to get that first win, I think Rico Dowdle is going to have another monster game. So is T Mac, who, like I said, ironically swapped in fantasy. But give me the Panthers 2 in a row.
I'm gonna roll the Panthers too. Frankie just pretty much stole the words out of my mouth. Rico Dowdle and Teteroy McMillan. If those two have a good game, I feel like they have a shot winning this game. So
Awesome. The next one's in Cleveland. Cleveland Browns versus the Miami Dolphins. This game is pretty tough. It's gonna be in cold. Is it cold in Cleveland right now? I don't know. I'll say it's cold. Uh, it's probably
I mean,
colder than it is here in Arizona. That's for sure. Miami. I don't like Miami, man. I don't like them. I don't like them, but I still think that they can beat the Browns. So I'm gonna go with the Fins this time around. What about you, Dylan?
um I'm gonna lean the Dolphins by 2-3 points. I don't know. Dylan Gabriel looks all right. I don't know. They really need to throw Shadura in there. Stop fucking around. Just put Shadura in there and just see
Right?
results and see more dubs. So I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
So here's where we differ. This is where Dylan Gabriel his first career win. Miles Garrett has a feast of an afternoon. Maybe gets to another concussion. Freaking Judkins gets it going on the ground. Jerry Jeudy pops off. I'm taking Cleveland. Dylan Gabriel.
It's great. That's good. That's good. I like that.
It's still
Next
good.
one
It's
is
still a good pick. It's just they just. I feel like they just be a lot better of a team when they put Shadura in there. Finally, that dude's gonna
I
come
agree
in
with you.
angry and start balling the fuck out, bro.
I
So
agree with you. He'll get his chance. Saints are gonna go into Chicago to play the Bears. And I like the Saints. They're a little feisty team, but I think that Ben Johnson is finally doing what I thought he would do with the Bears, which is make them a legit team. And I'm sold. I'm gonna go with the Bears. The Bears. Dylan.
um, ironically, the Saints kind of been playing slightly better when I kind of predicted that they're gonna have the number one pick, but I feel like they're not. I mean, it's kind of hard fought wins, but not enough. I feel like it's just all on QB. Their defense is fine. They've got Kamara. They got decent receivers. So I feel like it's just coaching QB. So I feel like it's not going to be enough for the Saints to win this week. So Saints are going to lose.
Ooh. So is that what I'm hearing? We're having a Bears sweep. As much as I give
Ooh, the
a little,
Bears.
well,
The Bears.
the Saints a little credit. The Bears and Ben Johnson just have too much firepower. Caleb Williams is actually looking like a respectable quarterback.
He is. He's looking respectable. I respect him. I I respect it.
He's looking good.
Next one is a rivalry. It's Kansas City and Arrowhead versus the Raiders. I mean,
Ooh.
this is a sweep. This ain't a sweep. I'll be very super surprised.
Yeah.
These games are usually
Peace.
played tough though. Raiders and Chiefs, it's always a close game. The Raiders pull it off sometimes,
What's the
but
spread on that game, by the way? Do you know?
no, I don't have
I
the
feel
internet. So
like I feel like if it's at least 8+ for the Raiders, I feel like that's a safe bet for the Raiders spread because
for
it's always
sure, just
close.
because of the games are always so tough.
Yeah.
Um, and the Raiders don't have a bad squad. They just Geno Smith has just been throwing it to people in different uniforms than him for some reason. It's like, hey, those guys have different colors on. You shouldn't throw them the ball. He's like, why? Why shouldn't I throw it? Because they're gonna get you fired, man. All right, enough BS. We're gonna go to the Colts versus the Chargers. Ooh, in LA. I am going to continue to ride the Thunderbolt wave. And I'm going to go with the Chargers. The Colts got lucky again against the Cardinals, and they should have lost that game. So I feel like they're going to get their karma, and the Chargers are going to charge at home in their super power colors, their super ugly New Jerseys. They're going to win the game. Who spoke last?
I don't remember honestly. I'm just going when called.
Frankie.
Oh,
Well, I'm going to keep rolling with the Colts. They're going to go 6-1. Indiana Jones and Taylor keep the train moving.
it's kind of hard to bet against the Colts so far. I mean,
It is.
honestly, bro. I mean, except last week because I feel like they really should have beaten us by like 13+. But nonetheless, it's kind of hard to bet against the Colts. Oh, I'm thinking betting the fuck. It's hard to go against the Colts regardless. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Colts. I mean, with the
I
Chargers,
was surprised that
the
the Cardinals.
Chargers. They have moments. They just kind of looked, you know,
They
not
do look
hardball
trash
football.
sometimes.
So yeah,
I
go
don't blame you.
Colts.
They're just at home, and I tend to favor the home teams when especially on after games like the ones the Colts played. Man, they got away with that shit. All right, um, Giants and Broncos. in Denver.
Ooh.
You're gonna be in Arizona. You could have caught this game.
You said overall Cardinals right now.
Giants
Let's see.
Scatterboo and is gonna go to the Denver Broncos to
Oh,
ride some
Giants and
horses.
Broncos.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think that I hate doing this, being the guy that's betting against the Giants every time. But I do think the Broncos are gonna win this game. I should not do this. I should bet for the Giants. I should go for the Giants. They have proven that they're better than the Broncos so far.
You're going
But
Giants?
no, I'm going
No.
Broncos. I'm going Broncos. What about you, Dylan?
Oh. So this week, I'm sorry, Cam, and I'm sorry, Jackson. My heart's been leaning Broncos.
Oh.
But at the same time, it makes me want to go Giants because Damon's going opposite. And I also want to come back the following week. I was like, when are you gonna motherfucking learn? Go with the Giants. Ah, that's a coin toss. I feel like it's still smart this week to go Broncos. So not this week. We can't keep rolling the Giants this week. The train's gonna eventually fade off. So I might this week. So Broncos.
Here's my thing. The Broncos just got done playing one of the ugliest games I think I've ever watched personally against the Jets. I think the stepbrothers of Cam Scatabo and Jackson Dart are the New York team that gets that win against the Broncos.
See, and I kind of hate doing it this week, but something, my gut, my heart, I don't know, something's just leaning
It's
Broncos
just
this week.
So
So
I'm the opposite of you. In my brain, I want to continue to ride the hot hand of the Giants, but what's stopping me is Sean Payton. That's all I'll say.
the infection
but
that the
any given week though, their defense can just fucking give up 21 plus to the opposing team.
it's
So
hard to bet against that energy they have right now. Cam
Yeah, the
Scatabo,
Broncos defense is so good though that they can shut down whatever the Giants do.
the
And
but they
Browns,
can also just break any given moment any week
that's
too. So
true.
remember like what was it 2 years ago that they gave up 70 points
Yeah, the Dolphins.
under
Damn.
Sean Payton with
That.
Patrick Surtain? It's like
Oh.
yeesh. So
All right. Well, did you pick the Giants, Frankie?
I did
yes,
because I'm
he certainly did.
Okay. Well,
Scattaboo.
we're going back to the crib, the nest, the Red Sea for this one. The Cardinals, the fearsome Cardinals, and I think Kyler Murray. We don't know yet, but I'm guessing it's Kyler Murray since he was he was limited in practice today. Versus the Packers. I ain't gonna hold you guys. I'm gonna pick the Cardinals again. We should have beat the Pack. We should have beat the Colts, man. I just have to do it, man. I don't. I feel obligated to see this through, and I do think that they can beat this team, and we need this for the season to continue. If we lose this game, we might as
100.
well start seeing what's on the market. Because what are we doing here? Well, what about you, Frankie?
Oh, it's fabulous because even though I don't have a head to use, I'm gonna do this pick Lee Corso style.
Yeah, baby. Let's
Going
go.
birds all day. The Packers.
We're just
Ain't
a bunch of
it.
homers, dog.
I don't.
All
No, I
right.
don't. Packers. They've looked like crap.
So
They lost to the Browns. They couldn't beat the Cowboys. We are gonna get Carson Palmer win number 3.
do you guys want a Cardinal sweep?
Oh my God.
Still,
Do you guys want to? Do you guys want a Cardinal sweep?
I would love a Cardinal sweep, to be honest.
oh
Well,
baby.
I'm gonna be John Cena from 3 months ago. You get
I'm
nothing.
dead.
You get nothing. Go Pack, go. I'm gonna be a cheesehead, and Frankie looks so disappointed.
That was such a good misdirection. I love it.
Oh, what a
Oh
heel
man,
move! I'm going Packers. You guys honestly really wanted a Cardinal sweep. So did
I loved it.
the few subscribers that followed very loyally. So yeah, no Cardinal sweep.
I'm clipping this and I'm posting it to the page when the Cardinals beat the Packers this weekend, and I'm gonna love every second of it. All right, next one is in Dallas. We just talked about the sucky Cowboys defense. they're gonna have to try to stave off the Commanders with Jaden Daniels and the crew. Didn't they just lose the Commanders? Didn't they just lose?
Yes, they did.
That was very weird, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
What the hell happened? Whatever.
Vegas, baby.
I'll make my pick on this one. The Cowboys are in Jerry World. I cannot seem to get this Commanders thing right. I lose this one each week. And this week I'm gonna lose it again by picking the Cowboys. So I'm gonna pick the Cowboys. I like what Dak Prescott is doing, man. CeeDee Lamb might be back. I don't know if the Commanders can defend all that. They got Javonte Williams, I believe, playing like a decent running back. They got Dak Prescott going ham with third and fourth string receivers, and their defense is still ass cheeks. But so is the Commanders' defense. So who do the Commanders have? Debo Samuel, injured Terry McLaurin, and Jakrowski Merritt or Bill Merritt. I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I don't know why I'm doing all this. Dylan, what about you?
This game screams over, and it might be the same game player prop type game for me too.
Screams
However,
over.
yeah, it does too, and player prop galore too. We got to go into it.
Yeah, we will. We will.
Yeah. Let's see. The Commanders haven't let me down so far the past couple weeks. That's a trend I'm gonna keep hopping on compared to the Giants. So I'm gonna go Commanders. I'm gonna keep rolling that streak. So
Yeah, I have to go Commanders on this one too. I just don't trust the Cowboys defense, and I just don't think Jaden Daniels and the Commanders offense lay an egg 2 weeks in a row, especially when there's a chance that they get McLaurin back. He's going to be heavily involved, and I just think Jaden Daniels is going to get it done on the ground too. Give me the Commander.
Hey,
Commanders.
I like that. Okay, the next one is going to be kind of tough because the Falcons have been falconing. 49ers are at home against the Atlanta Falcons. Um, Mac Jones fully practiced today. Kittle practiced in a limited capacity. For me, that's enough to take the 49ers. I know that the Falcons are good. They're a little surprise team. I look at their team, I'm like, they got a good roster. So I'll look for them in the future, but this week I just can't do it. What about you, Frankie?
I mean, you said it. They're a team that you really can't read because one team, 1 week they're really good, and then the next week they get dusted by a team that feel like that they should have dusted themselves. But I like what they're doing offensively. They had a big win last week against the Bills, which nobody I think saw coming. And honestly, I like them to go into San Francisco and pull the upset this week. Let's go
I like
Falcons.
that.
Ooh. If Bijan has a decent game and so does Michael Penix. I mean, I don't know. If those two things happen, it's cardiac Falcons, just like the Cardinals. It's the only way they get wins lately. And if their kicker makes field goals too. But that's too much questions and ifs for me. So I'm gonna go Niners.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. It's too many questions and too many ifs. That's the only reason why I didn't pick the Falcons. It's just too. I mean, if they win, God bless them. The next one is going to be in Detroit. And it's going to be Buccaneers and Baker, MVP Baker Mayfield, um, going to the Lions. I think the Lions win this game. I like the Bucks. I've been betting with them all year. They've been making me, then adding to the positive tally over here. And I've been betting against the Lions. No, I said that I was going to bet against the Lions, but I can't do it this week. Dylan, what about you?
See, now Ibuka's down. I believe Mike Evans is coming back. Godwin's still shaking up, so their big three core receivers is banged up as it is. Plus Bucky Irving's out, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like if Baker Mayfield continues to be the dog that he's been and keeps winning, he might have just drank some Tom Brady juice that he stole. I don't know, man. If he wins this with all the injuries, then Baker's a dog, but and a true MVP candidate. But I don't know. Like last game that we went through, too many questions and ifs. I can't. It's hard for me to ride the Bucks this week. So
Lions.
Yeah, Lions. My bad.
Frankie.
Honestly, like we've seen all year, that Baker Mayfield could probably make things work if you lined up Uncle Rico at receiver. He's been that good. Like Dylan said, he might get Mike Evans back this week. He does have Sterling Shepard, who is a really underrated guy. He's had a couple, really good seasons in New York that some people might remember. He's a solid guy, that steps in for Mbuka. I'm not going to be strong enough on them to take them. I think the Lions offense is going to play pissed off, especially in the game. The running backs, Gibbs and Montgomery, are going to go off. Give me the Lions.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah,
Levante David may be out too on their defense, and he's a huge part of like why their defense is good.
If Baker has a great game and Bucks win, it's kind of hard to debate who else besides him wins MVP mid-season
Yeah, I mean
so
he
far.
could lock
So
up first
yeah,
place unless he does
he
something really
can.
bad.
So
Yeah.
this could be a point of a statement game for Baker midway through the season.
If
So
Baker wins this game, dude, I'll be so happy for him. To be honest.
same.
I didn't really love Baker Mayfield at first. I didn't hate him or anything, but I was like, he's just a regular guy in the NFL. Don't care about him. He has too many commercials, not enough wins. And then once he started getting on good teams, that I think my turning point with Baker Mayfield was when he was in Carolina. I really started seeing him like be good. I'm like, oh, it was just the other team. This dude is good at football. And then he went to the Rams and won that game, and I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's legit. I like this guy. I'm a fan now. All right. Second Monday night game, since we're blessed with two of these tonight. Yes, the Lions and Buccaneers is a Monday night game. And so is this Texans and Seahawks game at Lumen Stadium in Seattle. Calling it Lumen is so weird. I lived in Seattle. I used to go to the games out there. And what was it before? I can't even remember what it was before. Don't smoke weed, children. Texans versus Seahawks. This is tough. I'm gonna go. Man, the Seahawks suck at home, dude. They really do. Which is why I'm hopeful for when I go to the Cardinals game on November 9th in Seattle that we win it. But that's not this. That's next week.
Ooh.
Oh no, it's not. It's the week after that. But this week, who do the Texans have? Who do the Texans not have? This is tough. This is tough because Seahawks are
In my
so bad
opinion,
at
you're
home.
overthinking this.
Yes, I'm just gonna pick the Seahawks.
And I'll tell you why with my pick.
All right, tell me why.
All right, so CJ Stroud's been looking like dog shit, and when you have receivers coming in and out, so because of the fact that CJ Stroud has looked like dog shit, they're not going to win this game still, and they're going to start questioning soon if they really do have a problem in Houston at QB. So
Houston, we have a problem.
yes, sir. So that's why.
I agree. That's
Houston's
why I
gonna lose.
ultimately ended up choosing Seattle.
Yep, Seattle for me too.
Not so fast, my friends. I am going to be the guy that goes on what Dame said earlier. Seattle plays like dog shit at home. I think Houston has just enough to get it done. CJ Stroud is going to turn it around. Here's the ticker. Nick Chubb is going to have a huge game, and he's not going to be able to stop, and that's the difference.
You know what I think will be the difference if Texas wins? Nico Collins.
Nico Collins.
Yes, I need him to score a lot of points in fantasy football.
For all we know, you can see a flea flicker where Chubb is throwing to Nico Collins.
Chubb for a fucking 70-yard bomb to the end zone, and then he runs in 2 touchdowns. I have Chubb too, so he's on my bench, but I do have him. So
he's still underrated. He can still get the job done.
Him and Kareem Hunt are having little mini breakouts to remind you, hey, we're old, but we can still tote the rock.
We can still kick it.
That's pick'ems, though. Those were the 2 Monday night games. Dylan's reign of tyranny will end after 1 week. The new champion, which is myself, will be crowned. So stick around, guys.
I will get that first fantasy dub.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I know
Yeah.
I start off 1-0 in fantasy, then I drop the next 5. So I'm like, yay.
Damn. I started off like 3-0 or something crazy, something good. And then I've lost the last 2 or 3 and it's been
Dude,
rough.
I'm projected to win by like 15 or some shit. I'm like, well, hopefully. So we need something to go our way. So
our pool
Yeah.
is.
Well, if you guys love us, what we do, what you see, what you hear, please subscribe, like, and share with your friends. There's links in the description to the group. Arizona Sports Fanatic Group is a group. We're almost 15,000 strong. Come share your opinions and get shitted on. No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot of people that, contribute to the group. It's a great place. It's a good community where you can be with like-minded people, have discourse, figure out what's going on. And we do update the news when it happens with